Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Bricker Boom, and today we're going to be going through Pokemon Ruby to see if I can beat it with Solrock and Lunatone. Solrock and Lunatone on the surface are very similar Pokemon. They're two sides of the same coin, with their both stats matching at 460. The biggest difference is the fact that Solrock is a physical attacker, while Lunatone is a special attacker. That allows us to be a little bit creative with the moveset and focus on their strengths. They both learn a decent amount of moves, though through level up it's pretty similar. Truthfully, I don't think this challenge will take too long, but we'll see what happens. I do want to say this will likely be the last challenge I do in Ruby, mostly because I feel confident enough in the map now to be able to move on to Emerald. I know the gym leaders Pokemon are a little bit harder in that version, and I do like the idea of having a bit more of a challenge. If you ever want me to review Plusle and Minun or Solrock and Lunatone in Pokemon Emerald, let me know in the comments below. Moving on to the rules, we can only use Solrock and Lunatone in battle, but we can use other Pokemon for HM use. I do allow the glitch of adding in rare candies just to cut down on grinding, as voted on by the community, but to make up for having the ability to power level, I do attempt every battle between 3 and 5 times, and if every strategy I've thought of doesn't work, then I'll level up a few times and rinse and repeat the process. Same thing goes if we hit level 100 and we're still not able to win. At that point, I will bring in items just so we can try to get to the end screen. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the run. We select Lunatone as our starter and name him Ronifero. Ronifero is someone you've likely heard me mention before. He's my best friend for over half my life and stays up way too late. So, we start out with Tackle and Harden, which isn't a problem, and we easily take out the Poochyena. The fact that the Magma members use a good chunk of Dark Pokemon and Dark-type moves, I'm sure that's going to be an issue later in the game. We have Levitate as our ability, which I'm sure is no surprise, and a Hasty Nature, which is kinda useless. It helps our speed, which is okay, I guess. First and foremost, we grind on Poochyena up to level 7 until we learn Confusion. After that, we go and fight May. May only has a Mudkip, which I thought would be the hardest to face as it evolves. We use a Confusion to bring it to half as it growls at us. A second Confusion is enough to take it out and win the battle. That crit does seem like a little bit of overkill. From there, the beginning of the game is pretty relaxed. We help a young trainer catch his first Pokemon, we do a little bit of travel, we prevent a brutal robbery and possible murder in the middle of a bug-infested forest, and we even get to see a new city. Fighting through trainers, we make our way to Rustboro City and very quickly go take on the gym leader. If you remember the Plusle and Minun run, this was an absolute brick wall. I don't think the results will be nearly the same, but let's see what happens. Roxanne starts with Geodude, and we obviously start with Ronifero. Confusion brings Geodude low, and it hits rather hard with Rock Tomb. Roxanne in this battle is notorious for using her potions, so her wasting those on Geodude rather than Nosepass is perfectly fine with me. A few confusions later, the first Geodude is taken out. Nosepass is next, and we take about a quarter of its health out with Confusion, and it hits itself in Confusion, and we then bring it to yellow. It snaps out, and Rock Throw hits hard. We use another Confusion to bring it red, but unfortunately, Rock Tomb is able to take us down to 9 HP. And in addition to that, it also gets the speed drop, so now Nosepass moves first and takes us out. I didn't think we would be running into an issue this soon. Using an Oran Berry and healing up a few HP that we have missing, we immediately go back for round 2. Ronifero hits Geodude with Confusion, bringing it below half, and we get a speed drop from Rock Tomb. Once more, we go into Confusion and Potion battle before we are able to take it out. Nosepass is out, and we have a little bit better of HP than before. Hitting Nosepass with Confusion, it hits us back. We gain our HP back from the berry. Rock Throw doesn't hit as hard, thankfully, and we do manage to land another Confusion. Rock Throw brings us to 12 HP, and we bring it to red. It uses Rock Throw again to bring us to only 2 HP before we're able to take it out, getting a narrow victory. Once more, we have to save the man who has the worst luck I've ever seen. Going to fight the grunt, we easily take it out, drop off the Devon goods, and make our way to see Pico. I mean, Briny. Totally not the Pico. We wander around a dark cave and deliver a letter to Stephen, which to this day still baffles me. We have technology, and yet I'm an errand boy. We finish that, then head to the gym to take out a few of the trainers for extra EXP. We fight Brawly, who sends out Machop first, which we take out in a single confusion. Then Makuhita is next, and we also manage to take it out in a single confusion, winning us the second badge. Going to Slateport, we have one of the silliest procs for getting rid of the Team Magma members to get inside. We have to talk to Doc inside the boat building, and then we're able to get into the museum. But, fun fact, if you can't pay the 50 Poke Dollars for some reason, they just let you in for free. I know places in real life that would just kick me out, but it's fine. Anyway, we speak to Stern and are greeted by 2 Magma members who we're able to take out pretty easily. Lunatone is still proving to be a powerhouse this early in the game. After beating them, a little more plot is happening, and we're able to continue to move on. After that, we head to probably the hardest May fight for these particular Pokemon challenges, and that's partially because we can't get Solrock yet. She sends out Shroomish, and we take it to half with Confusion. We get paralyzed, and then Giga Drained, and we stay paralyzed. Then we get Leech Seeded, and then we use Confusion again to take it down, but we're not looking great. Marsh Stomp is able to bring us to 22 HP with Water Gun. We take a quarter of its health with Confusion and confuse it, but then we're down to 14 HP with Leech Seed. We spend the next turn paralyzed, and then go down the next turn despite it smacking itself. From there, we keep repeating this until we're finally just forced to level up a few times. At level 25, we bring Shroomish to yellow, and it finally misses a Stun Spore to allow us to take it down at nice health. Marsh Stomp is next, and we use Confusion to bring it to half. It uses Bide, which honestly is best case scenario for us. We take it to yellow as it keeps storing energy, and another Confusion brings it down. Numel is next up, and we take it to red one turn and take it out the next. After that, we're able to go to Mawile City, where we go to face Watson for the first time. We also grab a bike that we're able to get to certain routes on, and then we embarrass Wally by destroying his routes in a single rock throw. After that, we're able to make our way through the gym. From there, we get paralyzed time and time again. We level up on a little bit of the training outside and to the right of the city, but eventually we do just have to level up a little bit more to be able to take it out. Magnemite is out first, and we use Confusion to take it out, and a much appreciated crit definitely helps with that. Now we can at least go through the next part of this without being paralyzed. Voltorb is next, and we take it out in a single shot. Magneton is last, and we take about a fourth of its health out, and we get paralyzed. Sonic Boom does guaranteed damage, so we are on a timer, and we bring it to yellow as it hits again. We stay paralyzed, then we get hit with Shockwave, which also does about 20 HP. Thankfully, the next Confusion we land is a crit, winning us a very narrow victory. We tried this battle about 20 times before we got the victory. Now you see why I don't narrate every battle, because that would literally involve us being here for hours. We grab Rock Smash and head to Rust Turf Tunnel, smash some rocks, and grab a Max Ether. After that, it's a bunch of traveling until we get to Meteor Falls, where we defeat a few trainers, get told more about the plot that nobody cares about, and then grab our new friend Solrock, who we name Leafy Bee. Leafy Bee is a Norway streamer who's an absolute delight to be around. She's a big ball of sunshine, so Solrock. I think I'm clever. We level up Solrock appropriately and head to Mount Chimney. From there, it's a pretty simple path to the main battle, since most of the grunts are occupied. We do fight a couple of them, but we both know the battle that you're here for. Maxie sends out Myena, and we send out Leafy Bee, who hits Rock Throw to bring it a little above half. We get hit with Bite and bring it to red next turn. Bite brings us to yellow, and Maxie potions up as we use Rock Throw again. Rock Throw is enough to take it out the next turn, and Golbat is up next. Despite being a physical attacker, Solrock's special attack is enough to bring Golbat to yellow and survive a bite, but then Maxie heals again. From there, another Confusion is enough to take it out. Lastly, Camerupt is out, and we deal a decent chunk of damage with Confusion. Ember hits for a little damage, and then we take it to low yellow. but we unfortunately get burnt, and the damage from that is enough to take us out, as Ranifero comes out and finishes up the battle with a single attack. From there, we go to fight Flannery, who sends out Slugma, and we send out Leafy Bee, who decimates it in a single rock slide. The next Slugma goes down to the same move. We get Body Slam from Torkoal and Paralyzed, and Confusion is enough to take it down and to half thanks to a crit. The next turn, we spin Paralyzed as Torkoal continues to Body Slam into us. We take it to red, and Flannery heals up as we continue to chip away at each other. Another Hyper Potion later, the chip battle between the two of us continues, but as long as we don't spend too many turns paralyzed, which we do definitely spend a few of those, we can win this. And after a few minutes of battle, we do finally manage to take it down. After some sweet headgear, we are able to head into the desert. And I wanted to point out, May seems a lot kinder than Brendan. His dialogue makes him seem like a jerk, while May seems okay with helping out. I don't know if that was on purpose, but we grabbed the root fossil because I know if I didn't tell you which fossil, you'd all... Wait, no, that's a different YouTube channel. My bad. After that, we can finally face our father, who I am absolutely dreading in Emerald. We send out Leafy Bee as he sends out Slaking, and we use Fire Spin to do a little bit of chip damage. Slaking uses Yawn, so we switch to Ranifero, who lands a Rock Throw which crits. After that, Ranifero gets Yawned, and we switch back to Leafy Bee. With Leafy Bee, we use Rock Slide to bring it to red, and Fire Spin brings it to a sliver. Then Norman heals, and we wake up and start Fire Spin again. We use Confusion and begin to buff up a little with Cosmic Power, so we can essentially tank hits while we sleep through it. Feint Attack does decent damage, and we wake up on the next turn, flinch it, and Fire Spin ends up leaving it with a sliver once more. We finally take it down, and Vigoroth is up next. Rock Slide takes it to yellow, and a crit Feint Attack brings us to low yellow, but we manage to take it out as the final Slaking comes out. It uses Focus Punch, which is just, it's a horrible move. Just don't ever use this move. Every time you hit, you lose focus. It's garbage. Thank you for coming to my Bricker Boom talk. From there, we just make sure to attack it even after he potions up. It's honestly not difficult to work around this move, and soon enough, Slaking goes down. From there, we head to Fortree City, grab a totally not Sylph scope, find the Kecleons, and go into the gym. Winona sends out Swellow, who double teams, and we thankfully land a Rock Throw to bring it to red. Winona heals up, and we land a Psychic to bring it down in a single shot. Pelipper comes out, and we take it down with one shot of Psychic. A strong move, plus great special, absolutely wrecks. We do a small chunk against Skarmory with Rock Throws. We get hit with Steel Wing to bring us to yellow. Another Steel Wing brings us to 9 HP, and the Psychic takes it out, leaving us with Altaria. We use Psychic to bring it to yellow, and Dragon Breath finally takes us down. With Leafy Bee, a Rock Throw is enough to bring it down. After getting Dive and some new friends for HM use, we head to the Sea Fort Cavern and head to face Groudon. Maxie. Maxie sends out Myena, and we send out Leafy Bee. Rock Slide does a small chunk of damage, but due to Intimidate, we're not doing too much. Scary Face drops our speed, allowing it to move first and use a soft takedown, so we do the next best thing and start storing up energy for Solar Beam. We get confused off Swagger, but manage to push through it to bring Myena to red. Maxi potions up and we smack ourselves. Takedown brings us to red, and another Rock Slide brings down Myena. Crobat is an absolute monster who immediately lands a Bite to take down Leafy. Crobat confuses Ranifero, and we smack ourselves. A Bite hurts us, but then we take it out with a single Psychic. Camerupt is out, we snap out of Confusion to land a hard attack. Camerupt uses Amnesia, then heals up, and we take it back to just under half. Another Psychic brings it to red as it uses Amnesia again, and from there, we're able to take the victory. After that, the rest of the plot ensues. We take Groudon down by running away, and then head to grab the final badge. Wallace is the final gym leader who starts with a Love Disc, and do I even have to mention that I leveled up? He's a water type trainer. We have 2 rock types. Of course we had to beef up. Love Disc goes down to a single Rock Slide, which is huge. It was doing a good job at dealing a decent chunk of damage before. Celio is next, and Rock Slide takes it out in a single shot as well. Seeking is after that and goes to low yellow with a single shot and then dances in the rain. It then hits us with Water Pulse and we finish it off. Milotic goes to half with Rock Slide and flinches. So next turn, we're able to use Rock Slide again and are able to take it down with a critical hit. Whiscash is last, so we charge up Solar Beam as Water takes us down to 8 HP. Thankfully, Solar Beam is 4 times effective to take it out, which wins us the last badge. While it doesn't look incredibly exciting, this battle we had to take most of the enemies out with a single shot had to be done. It was either we took them out with a single shot, or they took us out with a single shot. It was awful. With that, it does mark the end of grabbing the 8 badges, and also the easiest part of the game. So for this portion, I'm either going to do one of two things, and I'll either edit it so you have no idea I made a mistake and you'll never hear this part, or I'll be lazy and add the battle in at the end. We'll see what bless you, kitty. We'll see what happens. But with Tate and Liza, I think I forgot the battle because overall, it's pretty simple. We match their team, but our strategy is better. And with that, Leafy Bee charges up for a Solar Beam, and Runifero uses Psychic to take a quarter of Solrock's health. Lunatone uses Psychic on Runifero, and Solrock uses Sunny Day, which basically means we can spam Solar Beam. Psychic takes Solrock below half, and Solar Beam is enough to deal damage to Lunatone. Lunatone puts Runifero to sleep, and Solrock uses Flamethrower on Leafy Bee. We use another Solar Beam on Lunatone to take it out as Runifero sleeps away, which matches his IRL personality pretty well. Solrock uses Flamethrower, and we use Solar Beam as Runifero continues to sleep. After that, it's a few easy moves to win us the badge. Excluding the Swally fight on Victory Road. Wally sends out Altaria first, and we hit it with Confusion with Leafy Bee. Altaria starts dancing, and we keep going for Confusion, and we do end up confusing it. Wally potions up, and for some reason, I think it's because my brain was fried by this point, I don't switch to Rock Slide and keep using Confusion like an absolute idiot. Altaria snaps out of Confusion, and a Dragon Breath is able to hit us. A few Confusions later, though, it does go down. Rosalia is out next, and we bring it to yellow with Confusion as it hits a Magical Leaf. Next Confusion is enough to take it out. Delcatty is next, and we use Confusion to bring it a bit above half as we're put to sleep with Sing. Naturally, if I would have used it, it wouldn't have hit, but because the opponent did, naturally it does. Anyway, a few turns later, we wake up, and a few Confusions later, we take it out. When Magneton is out, we use Fire Spin to get a little bit of chip damage, and Thunderbolt takes us down to 11 HP, but unfortunately, the Future Sight is enough to take us out. Lunatone is next, and we stupidly use Rock Throw for some reason, but then switch it up to Psychic to take it down. Gardevoir is the last one out, and we use Rock Throws at double teams. We miss a Psychic, then land the next one, and from there, we enter a back and forth between missing, it using Calming Mind, and it's a whole ordeal. We finally get brought down to 22 HP before bringing this battle to an end, which is a lot closer than I thought that this would be. After that, it's time to fight the Elite Four. Sydney is first, and with the two of us, we're typically able to make it to Phoebe if we're incredibly lucky. We might make it to Glacia, but it takes a while. Sydney sends out Mightyena, and we send out Leafy Bee. Earthquake is enough to take it to half, even with the Intimidate drop, and we get hit with Sand Attack. Another Earthquake misses. Crunch hits us for decent chunk of damage, and another Earthquake takes the doggo down. Cacturn is out next, and we use Overheat to immediately bring the cactus down. Sharpedo is next, and we use Earthquake since our regular attack wasn't affected at least by the Overheat, and Surf is almost enough to take us out. Thankfully, we stay up, and another Earthquake hits to take it down. Absol is up next, and we're able to hit it hard with an Earthquake, but an Aerial Ace does take us down. We get a small chunk of damage, then land a critical hit to take it out. Shiftry is the final one out and uses Fake Out to get us a little bit of damage, and after that, a few Rock Throws does the job, especially after an attack boost due to Swagger, winning us the first of the Elite Four. Phoebe is next, and we send out Runifero and hit Dusclops with Rock Throw. This lets Psychic take it out to keep it out of recovery range, Bayonet is next, and we essentially keep repeating this process. It does take the 2 moves, but it confirms that they're not going to be able to heal themselves because one is able to... If we use the stat that we're strong in, it brings them to red. This way, we're able to bypass that completely. The next Bayonet is out, and we continue with this, except Shadow Ball nearly takes us out. Thankfully, Psychic ends it, and the strategy is paying off so far. Dustclops is next, and I know that we'll go down either way, so we use a Psychic to land a hard hit before going down. With that, we bring out our next, and we use Psychic, then Earthquake to bring it down. Sableye is next, and we use Earthquake to bring it to yellow. We nearly go down, but then 2 more overheats finally brings this battle to an end. Out of the entire Elite Four, Glacia was probably the most frustrating member. Each of them has something that destroys our 2 Pokemon, but this battle was an absolute nightmare, being drowned over and over by Surf, usually from the Walrein. Glalie is first, and we use Psychic to bring it to half, then Earthquake to finish it. This can easily go wrong, but for the most part, this seems to be a solid strategy for dealing with them. After Glalie, it's Celio, and we repeat the Psychic and Earthquake combo, but our health is starting to get a bit low between the Surf that we tanked and the Hail damage. Earthquake hits Celio hard, and thankfully Blizzard misses, so we're able to take it out after another shot. The next Glalie comes out, and we're able to take it to half with Psychic. We almost get taken out, but then finish it off with Ronifero. Walrein is last, and Ronifero brings it to below half. We almost get taken out with the Surf, down to 4 HP, and a final Psychic is enough to bring this brutal battle to an end. After that, we're able to face Drake, and for once, I don't think I have a huge disadvantage. I think. It actually only took 2 attempts, so I'm pretty happy with that. Drake sends out Shelgon first, and it uses Protect. Next turn, Leafy Bee lands a Psychic to bring it to red, but we do lower its special, so when Drake heals up, the next Psychic is more than enough to take it down with the lowered stat. Salamence comes out and uses Crunch, which lowers our special defense. We bring it to about half before going down to its next Crunch. Rock Throw, however, wrecks it, and next is Flygon, who does get hit with Psychic and then uses Crunch. A second Psychic is enough to take it out, where the critical hit definitely didn't matter. Kind of like the points in Who's Line. With Altaria, we use Psychic, and it uses Dragon Breath, and another Psychic takes it out. Flygon is last, and we use Psychic to bring it to yellow, and it uses Sandstorm. After that, another attack wins us the Elite Four, with only the champion left to go. Now, I want to preface with the fact that this took a good hour worth of attempts, but this is possibly the stupidest battle I've seen, especially towards the end of battle. So, strap in. Steven sends in Skarmory, and Leafy Bee uses Overheat to one-shot the Metal Bird, and we switch over to Ronifero, who's able to use Rock Throw on Armaldo, then buff up with Cosmic Power. We use a Tackle to bring it to yellow, then another Rock Throw to bring it down. Credilli comes out, and we use Psychic to bring it to yellow. Mega Drain leaves us with a little bit of HP, and we use Psychic to take it out. Aggron is last, and we deal less than half with Psychic before we are taken out by Solar Beam. Psychic and Earthquake from Leafy Bee is enough to finish that job. Metagross goes to red with Overheat, and thank God Meteor Mash misses, because that ended so many attempts. But we do manage to take it out then with an Earthquake. And this is where things get really dumb. Claydol can do nothing to us except Ancient Power, which only has 5 PP. And as long as it doesn't get too many stat boosts from that, we're basically fine. So from there, the longest battle that I've been part of takes place. Eventually, we exhaust all of our PP, and minutes of struggling goes by. We bring it to low, he heals up. We do it again, he heals up. Finally, we get a lucky critical hit to bring it down, and we have 36 HP left, winning us the champion fight. That run was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be, especially there towards the end. Between our type having a fairly common weakness in a game that is judged due to the amount of water, we had some troubles. But I think the next run is probably going to be even harder. I'm thinking of a Gible run in Pokemon Diamond, but don't worry, soon enough we are going to be getting back into the starters for Kanto. As of right now, the poll on my Discord is tied with at least using either Pikachu or Eevee next. I don't know which one I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to flip a coin because this way I don't get blamed and it's easy. As always, if you haven't yet, make sure to join the Discord where you can help suggest runs for me to do in the future. And as we say in every single outro, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, hit the like and subscribe button because it really does help me out. Join the Discord, follow me for more, and until next time, everybody, peace out.